Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Top 5s, the only weekly Top 5 show in snowboarding that makes weekly Top 5s. Anyways, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the Top 5 super Freeride charging bindings of 2023-2024. That's right, you're going to pay a little bit more for these, but this is straight charging, all gas, no brakes with these bindings. Number 5, the K2 program. Possibly the softest binding on this list, but it still sits in that full Freeride spectrum. K2 overhauled their binding line this year, and the program shows that. New straps, new chassis, new high back, basically whole new binding in there. It's still going to be responsive. It is a unibody construction, which means that it functions all as one instead of having like an aluminum heel cup and then a plastic base plate. So you don't have those flex points right where the screws are. It just moves all as one. Number 4, the Ride A10. You have an aluminum chassis binding, which means you're gonna have a more rigid flex with more power being driven down into the actual board. What that also means is that it's not gonna be the most damp. So if you like a lively binding where you're gonna feel everything, this isn't a bad option for you. But if you're looking for more dampening from a binding, there's others on this list that do a better job. That's why we put it at number 4. Overall though, you're gonna get a ton of power out of this binding. It really lets you drive. You do have some solid customization with it as well, so you can really dial it in to fit your Freeride needs. Number 3, the Nitro Phantom Plus. Not the regular Phantom, the Phantom Plus. This has possibly the best dampening agent underfoot. It just kills all kinetic energy, which is great for when you're charging through a mogul field of death or you're pointing it down an icy face. You don't have to worry about that kinetic energy fatiguing you as much. The straps lock you in. The high back has a ton of power into it. You can really push into it, feel that rebound out of it. It does have some solid adjustability to it as well. Number 2, the Union Atlas FC, or Forged Carbon. This is the stiffest binding that Union makes. It comes with a ton of adjustability. Still not the most damp binding out there, but it is a very responsive binding, and you are gonna pay for that response out of it. It's very, very, very pricey, but if you're looking for something to just go all gas, no brakes, full charge, you're gonna send it, this is an optimal choice. Honorable mentions, all great options, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. The Battalion Atom, the Nidecker Kaon CX, the Jones Apollo. Like I said, all great options, just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. And the number 1 Freeride charging binding of 2023-2024 is the Now Drive CX, the carbon version of the Drive. This replaces the O Drive, and what you're gonna get with it is that skate tech, which really gives you a better pressure distribution from toe to heel. It puts more power down into the edge, giving you more control and more response. Now, it isn't the most customizable binding on this list, and that's fine. You take out all those extra bells and whistles, give you the meat and the potatoes and the performance that you want, you're never gonna have to worry about it. This binding lets you charge and charge hard with a very solid response and good dampening. This has been my top 5 Freeride chargers of 2023-2024. Do you agree with this list? Do you disagree with this list? Do you own something on this list? Are you gonna buy something from this list? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about these bindings. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and well, nobody else is Avran LeFeber, so I'm going to continue to be your host, and I'll see you in another video.